Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Oh, hey! Greetings and salutations, ladies, menfolk, and all other viewers and listeners out there. Welcome to another episode of Game Break, an ongoing series where me and my crew take a break from our creative endeavors and play some video games. I am Charles, coming to you today with a little point
right there. Maybe I could have another look.
I'm doing my intro, buddy. I'm Charles, coming to you today with a little point-and-click game called Serena. And considering the tags were horror, thought I'd do the face cam for this one, presuming that this does end up being a horror game, and the face cam makes it into the final cut. I guess there's no real intro or anything.
Serena enjoyed spice in her life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. Curious, sensual thrill. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore.
Okay. Well, let's go all out. Go for the picture. Wait, what? Why is, So I guess that's me. Why is her, face all weird?
Serena, why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember?
That's a very good question.
This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers.
How many times can I click on this before it
truly
repeats?
like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My
Okay.
love.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
Then why is her face all weird?
The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera.
Hold on.
It was
Gonna
a
make some
different
noise.
world back then. My love.
Yeah, you said that one already.
We don't have a lot of photos. The guy who snapped my
Okay,
love.
so now it's
We
repeating.
don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions, and there were many more to come. Our dining table,
Okay.
quite modest, but if it...
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
Presumably that is Serena's voice.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song.
Okay.
It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that clearance sale, however long ago that was, yet we never needed to refill it.
Well, if she's the only one that uses
I
it.
didn't notice this before. It reads, "Contents imported from Ceylon." How old is this stuff?
Good question.
It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that
Alright.
clearance sale. I could tell plenty of stories about
Okay.
this table. The dining table was well worn
Okay.
even when we acquired the cabin.
So that's
You
everything
could tell
from the
its appearance
table.
that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions.
Let's do the
And there
smaller
were many
corner.
more to come.
Let's get up. Okay. So I guess that's that. That means we're going somewhere. That means nothing is selectable. Okay. That's useful. Nothing in that corner.
We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. Truth be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again.
Aw, but ravioli's delicious.
You silly dolt. Here, give me that. Don't be such a child.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims.
Doesn't look that old.
It belongs in a museum.
Really?
An archaeologist could excavate the layers of food forever welded onto this and learn about the days when other beings ruled the earth. I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims.
Anything hiding up above us other than cobwebs? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Nothing below us. Chair, painting. Oh.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this.
Alright, so we got... excuse me. One more key card. Then I'll ask Susie out. How Space Quest Ruined My Life. Prominence, a science fiction adventure. 1001 innovative uses for a piece of string. A Crazy's Guide to Fortifying Your Liver. And That's Why I'm Single, a memoir. Kleptomania, Big Pockets and Better Grabs. Life and Death of a Kickstarter Addict. Nice. Power of Perseverance, Adventures of a Scary Bear. Storyteller. The Grasshopper Lies Heavy.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream.
Do you have amnesia?
The smell of old books is intoxicating.
True.
What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not.
Wait, what?
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
What was that about the Necronomicon? Can we do the middle shelf? Yes, we can. The Things That Keep Us Tired. Common Sense and Other Lovely Fairy Tales. Nephilim, The Greatest Mystery of the Antediluvian World. I'd read that. Vohal Strikes Back, the official hint book. Zombie space dinosaurs from the deep ate my family. I'd read that. St. Christopher's School Lockdown, Blind Earth. Pet à Crutor, Pugs Not Trucks. Searching for a Dynasty, Ode to a Kumquat. Encyclopedia Galactica. Dolmar Folklore. Horton hears some unpleasant truths about himself. Vanishing
A lot of rarities and special. I didn't lend out my... Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here
repeats. Too. Well, what's on that shelf? Encyclopedia for Bozica. The Unfortunate Life of a Chocobo Sage. My Bloody Sabbath, How I Learned the Devil's Music. Life and Death of the Soul. English Grammar for Beginners. So you want to be a purple tentacle. Night at the Fairy Grotto. Behind the Left-Handed Architect. The Art of Drowning. Cabras Lesbianas Macabras. Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her.
Crowdfunding, or How I Met Some Great People and Went Broke. You can tell this is a Kickstarter game with some
A lot
Sense of
of
humor.
rarities and special editions here.
Alright. No, we can't look at the top shelf. Alright. Chair.
So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Does look comfy.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
Oh.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
Oh my.
I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. The most
Yeah,
comfortable
could use
spot
cleanup.
in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of
Mm.
course.
Haha. So we can't. There's no commentary on how weird that looks? Nothing? Nothing new? Alright.
This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena. I can make out nothing through this window. There was a time, long ago, that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything else, we just got used to it. I can make out nothing through this window.
Okay. Nothing there. Okay. Your artwork is weird.
This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, and just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles.
I'm waiting for this to go sideways.
Once
'cause
we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago.
I'm waiting for the horror part. Because there was horror in the tags for this
For
game.
all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding. One of a matching pair, obviously. There was a piece of gum stuck to the underside of this chair back when we bought this place. We just left it there.
It's an odd commentary.
For all the charm of one of a matching pair,
Alright, so that's all of
Obviously.
that. Let's go this way.
no, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back. There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there.
Oh.
This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there.
Alright. True friends stand by each other through any adversity. Alright.
This door has been creaking for years.
Alright.
One of the many things I promised I would fix.
No commentary there. Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niam of the ice blue eyes. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is our mount, a snow-white mare. Come, Oisin, to my gardens fair. In the land of youth ply your art. Ours shall be the cycle of days. Ours sun and sky and rainbow ways.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niav of the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet O'Sheen goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you.
So it's A, B, B, C, C, D, A, D, I think, for the rhyming scheme.
I've always
Interesting.
been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines, something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within?
Why don't you
We
open it?
use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market.
Alright.
We used to love rummaging around those in our
Maybe we'll
early
come back
years.
to that.
She made this with her own hands.
It's
She
impressive.
was really good.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet.
Nice.
See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor.
You sure?
I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
And no trap door under there, just
Alright.
more creaky floor.
Nothing over there, really?
Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right now. Don't think Serena would approve of me making an even bigger mess of the clothes in here. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the... I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right now.
Oh. Not so we can open it but not say anything. Really? That's the lower one. So we can't take what's in this one. It's oddly specific that you can open those but not that. Okay.
She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Her faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. I have no need for the words in there. I don't feel like being admonished by a deity right now. No, I don't want to read right now. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin, like my books. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others.
I can't tell if Serena's dead or if we're dead, because, yeah, we can actually open these and interact with this world then, but, I don't know. This is weird.
She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
Good night, love.
For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. 2 days, 3 days tops, and bam, a brand new light bulb would burn out. She would always bring her reading material like I did. Why are these nightstands so empty? Dust everywhere. The amount of dust on it might make me hack up a lung. It's full of little scratches and gouges. Dust everywhere.
I want to save the bed for last. Now we can look at this thing. More clothing. Oh. Oh. What is this?
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back, and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
Huh. Where is this
I
going?
miss her so much. How is it possible that I can't remember her face?
That's becoming an increasingly valid question. No,
I should
really?
look around some more. I have to remember her face.
Okay.
There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush but I can't see it anywhere, nor some of her other personal items. It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth. Hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy.
Why would you want wall-to-wall mirrors in an outhouse?
Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. There's dust on this, too. It's everywhere. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume.
Alright. This is weird.
Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashionistas. We were never that big on appearance. Serena has this mystical aura about her, even when she's wearing one of my mom's charming knitted sweaters. I do remember that on the night I first met her, she wore this beautiful purple dress, like she'd flown straight down from the night sky. I wonder what became of that dress. This dresser contains most of her things. There's mostly beauty products and personal items, just girly stuff of no interest to me. My kind of thing is the bookcase near the table. This dresser contains most of her things. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure.
Can't remember things and you're taking pills. The plot thickens. What's in this one? Ooh.
These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here any. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one.
Does anyone else see the headline on that newspaper that's beneath the keys? Renowned hospital for the insane.
I also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one
What was
comes
on this
here
one?
anyway.
Not for this something Friday. Nothing that really helps.
Comme une évidence. Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena. Why didn't I ever notice? We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad.
This is the first time I really focused on hearing stuff bad. So far it's all been perfect.
Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing.
Tantrum about what?
Sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though. Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here, as long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync.
No commentary here. Just for show? Okay.
We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. There's a thick layer of dust and an almost invisible outline where we kept the water pitcher. It hasn't been long enough for so much dust to accumulate. Has it? For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed closer to the window. Never asked myself why. We weren't good at housekeeping, always focusing on other aspects of our life together. But the dust does stand out a lot more when Serena's suddenly not here. I'll dust it off some other time. For some reason, I always slept on our refuge from the world, a place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was, far out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head.
Wait, what?
I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head.
Theoretically, I've looked at everything. Do I have to
this
redo
gut
stuff?
feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet.
Yes, I do. Fine. You kept mentioning your books. What about your books?
I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
Yeah, we've already looked at these.
A lot of rarities. I didn't lend out my... Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. Our dining table. Quite modest, but
it changed.
Broke. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, my love. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so the guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then.
What? What changed?
Why? I might just as well stay here. I should really stay. I prefer the darkness inside right now. There's nothing for me out there. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many... I kept saying I'd paint these chairs, add some color to this place. One more thing I never got around to. How I long to see her sitting in this chair again. It must be any minute now. She must be coming back. These chairs numbed my back. Hers too. But I just got used to it. I could have gotten new ones. There was a piece of gum stuck to the end for all the charm of one of a matching pair.
Alright, so...
Obviously.
You changed? No. This music is making
When
me
did we
wary.
let this window get so gunked up? There didn't seem to be much reason to keep it clean. Just overgrown bushes outside, brambles, and thistles. I should clean the cabin. As a surprise, perhaps. Better wait until she gets back. There was a time long ago that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything, I can make out nothing through this window.
Yeah, that's still what it is.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. There's something I have to tell you. I have been trying, and believe me, I've been trying so hard.
I almost have it.
Uh-oh.
What was she trying to tell me? I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time. It all seems so meaningless now, drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place. A lot of rarities, and I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I?
Alright.
Without any activity, the corner feels cold and lifeless. I didn't cook much for her, always so worried about my stuff.
The lights moved.
She actually threw this at me once. She could have killed me. That's how the bedroom window got that crack.
Here's your stupid omelet.
Heavy damn thing. Cast iron. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Uh-oh.
I'm too upset to even think straight.
Uh-oh.
I hate her so much.
Uh-oh.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship. This armchair. This is where we had that talk. That damn...
I've been trying so hard, but we lost something along the way. Did you get my letter? Will you just listen to me for once? God, you're always... Wait, where are you going? Don't walk away from me.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to... I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much.
I don't like
All
where
of
this
this-
is going.
These pathetic souvenirs. I want to hurl the whole damn lot into the lake. Or just tear at the pages until the wind sweeps them away. Some of these started a mildew long ago. Oh, those words. Those damn words. My whole life's been consumed by them. Now I have none left to say. I couldn't care less about this day. Why torture myself trying? I'm too upset to even... I hate her so much.
Huh.
Sit down, we need to talk.
Though,
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be a... We weren't supposed to fight here.
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
All of this... These... I couldn't care. Why torture my... I'm too upset to even... I hate her so much. All of this... These... Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat. She never had any sense for balancing a meal. It was either spicy hot or cringeworthy bland. I was used to much better fare before my family fell on hard times. Almost empty. So typical of you, Serena. Not one limit. I couldn't care less about that. Why torture myself trying to... I'm too upset to even think straight.
yeah.
I hate her so much. She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. All of this, these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
Can we open yet? Okay.
It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk. The jewelry box. What is it doing here? A shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value. I should just destroy this useless junk. But not even the venom inside me gives me strength.
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote, when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life, and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
Is this where she kept her secrets? I should take a look inside. Where to put it? I couldn't care less about... Why torture myself trying to remember?
That's not what it said before.
Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right.
What the
Her
hell?
father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manannán. What was it? Maclur? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Manannán, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Danann. I'm too upset to even think straight. I feel like throwing this chair through the window. But that would just make me even angrier. Her favorite chair, huh? I should just smash this thing to pieces. It's wobbly and off balance, just like she was. Especially that night. I hate her so much. All the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? All of these... I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Wish that I had more ongoing commentary for this, but I'm just fascinated by the story here. What is going on? And the voiceover work, I don't want to be speaking over that too much.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? And then you toppled us on the snow.
Alright, so that hasn't changed.
Guess I could have thanked that heartless slut at least once whenever she covered up her body.
Whoa.
No, this isn't like me. I must calm down. If anyone is to be blamed, that's me. This ugly old thing makes me feel sick. How could I have been so blind? Her vanity. Always fixing her hair before bed. Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine? Why torture myself trying to remember? I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it. I hate her so much.
Alright.
I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
All of these... I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about, unless she was the one who left. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Now you're just annoying
She
me.
once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me. I'm too upset to even think straight. Sunlight, birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. The light is so dim here. Makes me want to chop down every tree outside. There's only a limited window of opportunity for everything. And I wasted mine. I hate her so much. That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. It feels darker by the minute, but the sun is still high in the sky. Or is it? I feel so turned around. It can't be happening.
Why must I always be the one to fill the damn pitcher?
When did the place get so out of hand? I hate dust, and so did she, but here's a whole freaking cake of it. If I kicked the nightstand, the dust would billow up and swallow me like a desert storm. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
I'm trying to get through all of this quickly, because we're getting short on time.
I should tear all her filthy, disease-ridden clothes apart and burn them. Everything she wore, just to lure me in. Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me?
It's a good question, buddy.
I torture myself trying to remember.
Nothing there. I presume nothing at the others. Nope. And check this one.
Stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. I'm too upset to even think straight. It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale? God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? I hate her so much. It's finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand.
We don't have any more light bulbs. I'm sick of this thing anyway. We're chipping away at what little money we have because of a piece of junk.
All of the stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back, but I've lost all hope now. Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon because I've had enough.
Why torture myself trying to remember?
Well, we're going to have to find out just what the hell is going on here. How did everything go sideways in the next episode? Because I've hit my limit for recording time, unfortunately. I'm still kind of waiting for the whole horror aspect. Because, yeah, this is weird, this is creepy, this is confusing, but not quite horror just yet. Maybe next episode. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me, and see you all next time. Until then, go be creative. Okay, so while I was waiting for the first part to save, I saw that it takes about an hour to complete this game, pretty much. And we'd been hitting about 50 minutes, so I'm just going to try and power through the last bit of this. It didn't save, because there's no saving mechanic, so I just powered through everything that we've been through up until now. So now to find out the rest of this plot.
All of this... I could... Why torture myself
That's
trying to
still the
remember?
way it is.
I sit here on the I no
Yeah.
longer.
I'm too upset to... I hate her so much.
The jewelry box. Where do I put the jewelry box?
All of this... These... I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture me? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Aha! Wedding ring.
I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I hate her so much. Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. No. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. All of this... These... I couldn't care. Why torture me? I'm too upset. I hate her so much.
Did they get a divorce?
All of this... I couldn't... Why torture? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Okay,
I
okay.
hate her so much. All of
Okay.
this... These... I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Well, too bad, buddy. We need to figure this
I hate her
out.
so much.
What happened?
All of this... These... pathetic souvenirs from our relationship. They're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself
I
trying
sit here
to
on the.
remember?
I no longer.
Yeah, it's all still the same.
I'm too upset to even think straight.
Yeah. Hold on. Calm down, buddy. The only thing we haven't really been able to do that much is there.
I hate her so much.
Alright. Nothing. Nothing.
Dearest. And then.
That's just... It is what it is. Okay.
All of this... I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Okay.
Where are you going? Oh, that's.
I just needed to... Unless...
Oh, I guess I didn't click on that
I hate
originally.
her so much.
Yeah, so there was nothing new there.
All of this... I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Alright. So nothing new there. Clock.
I'm too upset to even think... I hate her so much.
Nothing new to speak of there. Oh, I didn't do the... I don't think I did the Bible and the things while I was powering through to catch up.
It's... What God? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Stupid. It was... She probably... Why I'm too upset. I hate her so
Yeah, that was
much.
nothing new. We got through that before I had to save. Okay.
All of this... I couldn't care less. Why torture me? I'm too upset to even think straight.
Oh, stop repeating yourself. You sound silly. It's the only thing. Amazingly, no bodies here. What the hell?
You realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We've tried this moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Don't worry, it's all covered. We spent much time
I
here.
can't make out what they're saying.
My God. What is this? It can't. It isn't. How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition. But how much time has passed? It's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
What the fuck?
I used to have some sleeping pills here. They're gone. I'd give anything for a bottle of scotch. So many things wrong. Different. What happened? I remember none of it. I should electrocute myself with that lamp. I don't need to see that horror any better. Is there someone out there? Or am I hearing things? I'm not taking any chances by turning this on.
Okay, so we've burned through that, Nothing. Nothing.
Is this purgatory? Job, was it? Why did I not die at birth? For now I would have lain down and been quiet. I would have slept. I would have been at rest. To hell with this book. My own dark world. Barely alive. Is this my eternal punishment? I wonder if this plant is poisonous. With my luck, it would just give me a headache. Atropa belladonna. You were a better fate for me. Please, let me wake up. Let it be a dream. In that sleep of death, what dreams may come. I can't bring myself to close my eyes. I know I'll see her. What have I done? I remember stumbling on this more than once, but she always insisted it be kept here. She did it on purpose. This rug. I could wrap the body in it. No, I can't. I can't even think about this. It's grotesque. Red like blood. Yellow like dead eyes.
I can't make out that voice. I know it's on purpose, but is that a conversation these two were having, or is that someone outside?
Dust. Only dust. Will I see another dawn after this long night? I'd do anything to forget, to be able to focus on something. Just read again. Anything other than... Dear God. Would death be guaranteed if I'm too much of a coward to try killing myself with this. No light. Only darkness.
Nothing there.
Isn't time supposed to heal all wounds?
Why did it stop ticking? No, that was ticking.
I've really gone insane this time,
Why did it
haven't
stop
I?
ticking? And it's the same time.
I could
That didn't
swear
change.
time is standing still. How long must I suffer? The sun is a silent death for some. Dehydration, delirium. If I smash the window, I could just slit my wrists with the shards. Bashing my head through might cut a carotid artery, even quicker than the wrists.
gonna go through everything.
Dearest. And then you top.
Yeah, that stayed the same. Okay, fine.
When was the last time she brushed her hair? Did I brush her hair when I... They say hair is just dead cells anyway. The more hair you have, the more strands of dead cells sprouting from your scalp, streaming behind you in your wake. Shattering it would get me some sharp shards, but now, I'm so drained. It's all futile anyway. If only I could see her hold this again. But now, this is real. No dream was ever like this. I can't touch it. It was hers. What did I do to my love? It smells sour and musty, like decay. Evidence. Shit. Evidence. I can't run from this. I didn't deserve her. Whatever happens to me, I will deserve it. She's not coming back. She never left. I've been running from a lot, but I can't run away from this. I must be in shock. It still hasn't sunk in emotionally what I must have done. What else would explain it? What's happening to me? Is this real or some kind of drug-fueled nightmare? Wish I could overdose myself with this. Nah, an easy way out is never the best one. My head is pounding. Is it the pills I never took? Is this my punishment? With a twist of wind, Oisin fell hard on his homeland ground. You and me both, my warrior poet. You and me both. I read somewhere, I forget where, only one way a fairy romance can end. There's only one way anything can end, really. It might as well be a coffin. Everything within it is just dead. I should bury my sorry self in it. All those memories. I'm so sorry, Serena. I loved you.
I sit here on the. I no longer.
Yeah, that didn't. Okay.
There's no point. No point at all.
Those are people.
The more I look at this, the more it feels like an electric chair. I won't see her sitting on this chair
Those
ever
are
again.
People.
A dead, worm-eaten wood. The many times we sat here, so many. To think there would ever be a last time. The dinners, the laughs. I can't bear looking at it any longer. I'm getting hysterical. Seeing this, I can't help thinking of pepper spray. It doesn't even make any sense. Pepper, the black condiment. I have to focus on something, just not this. If only I had died of high blood pressure, at least she would be... Random associations. I remember after our fight just staring at this salt shaker for what seemed like hours. Serena was the salt of the earth. She was my pillar, my guardian angel. What have I done?
I didn't know both of those triggered stuff. I thought it was
I
just
need to stop
one.
staring at this idiotic thing.
Damn it. Okay.
My face. What's happened to my face? Is this my punishment? It's like looking into a mirror. I've just been slowly rotting inside all along. I took her life. I am a demon, a destroyer, impure. My love. I must have taken her ring off when... Why is it in this chest? Was it guilt? Disgust? Denial? In sickness and in health, until death do us part. Why did she have to be like that? Why did she always toy with my feelings? What have I done to you, my Serena? I can't think about this. I feel faint. Have to breathe normally.
No.
Oh, is this how I did it? I should bash my skull in with this right here, right now. There's no point in going on. If only Serena hadn't missed me back then. I'm going to be sick. There's no booze, no food. Even if there was anything left to eat or drink, I couldn't force it down. There's no point. Just words. This is... All the words in these books couldn't bring her back to me. What have I become? All the knowledge in here was at my reach, and yet I was blinded by ignorance.
Yeah.
That night, the night we had that fight, this is where she told me. What a damn fool I was.
Don't walk away from me. Don't you fucking care anymore? Stop! Get back here.
She was right. I wasn't good enough for her.
Still nothing to do with those paintings, and those are people. No, I didn't want to go. Hi.
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene.
Wait, what? Hey.
Oh shit. We forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No,
Whoa.
not like this.
Whoa, wait, what?
Please. No.
What? What? Wait, what? What just... What? 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 Alright, that was admittedly pretty fun. Not as horror as I expected for having a horror tag in it, but I do enjoy my little point-and-click adventures. That was fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's definitely worth playing through, even though if you've watched this, you've kind of seen the whole story. Still, pretty entertaining. Nice little thing to get through. And yeah, it does take maybe an hour if you actually take the time to click on every single little thing and listen to every little bit of dialogue, but you could probably do it in 30, 40 minutes if you figured out just which things triggered the plot along. Very cool. That was an interesting story. There were a few bits where I was kind of curious, like some of the like the drawers, were they red herrings? Was there going to be extra stuff in there? Because You click in them, but then there was just nothing there. No dialogue, no nothing. So yeah, that is Serena. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you all next time for who knows what we'll be playing then. But until then, go be creative. To keep us tired. Common Sense and other lovely fairy tales. Nephilim, the greatest mystery of the antediluvian world. I'd read that. Vohal Strikes Back, the official hint book. Zombie space dinosaurs from the deep ate my family. I'd read that. St. Christopher's School Lockdown, Blind Earth. Pet a Crutor, Pugs Not Trucks. Searching for a Dynasty, Ode to a Kumquat. Encyclopedia Galactica. Dolmar Folklore. Horton hears some unpleasant truths about himself. And Vanishing
A
Time.
lot of rarities, and especially I didn't lend out my... Most of the books are mine, but
Alright,
all
so
of hers are still
that
here
repeats. Well, what's on that shelf? Encyclopedia for Bozica, The Unfortunate Life of a Chocobo Sage, My Bloody Sabbath, How I Learned the Devil's Music, Life and Death of the Soul, English Grammar for Beginners. So you want to be a purple tentacle. Night at the Fairy Grotto, Behind the Left-Handed Architect, The Art of Drowning, Cabras Lesbianas Macabras, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Somewhere
Snow.
in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her.
Crowdfunding, or How I Met Some Great People and Went Broke. You can tell this is a Kickstarter game with some
A lot
sense
of
of humor.
rarities and special editions here.
Alright. No, we can't look at the top shelf. Alright. Sure.
So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Does look comfy.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
Oh.
What did we talk about? Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Oh, hey! Greetings and salutations, ladies, menfolk, and all other viewers and listeners out there. Welcome to another episode of Game Break, an ongoing series where me and my crew take a break from our creative endeavors and play some video games. I am Charles, coming to you today with a little
Photos
point
right
in...
there. Maybe I could have another look.
I'm doing my intro, buddy. I'm Charles, coming to you today with a little point-and-click game called Serena. And considering the tags were horror, thought I'd do the face cam for this one, presuming that this does end up being a horror game, and the face cam makes it into the final cut. I guess there's no real intro or anything.
Serena enjoyed spice in her life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. Curious, sensual thrill.
Anything hiding up above us other than cobwebs? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Nothing below us. Chair, painting. Oh.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this.
Alright, so we got... excuse me. One more key card. Then I'll ask Susie out. How Space Quest Ruined My Life. Prominence, a science fiction adventure. 1001 innovative uses for a piece of string. A Crazy's Guide to Fortifying Your Liver. And That's Why I'm Single, a memoir. Kleptomania, big pockets and better grabs. Life and Death of a Kickstarter Addict. Nice. Power of Perseverance, Adventures of a Scary Bear. Storyteller. The grasshopper lies heavy.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream.
Do you have amnesia?
The smell of old books is intoxicating.
True.
What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not.
Wait, what?
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
What was that about the Necronomicon? Can we do the middle shelf? Yes, we can. The things that...
The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore.
Okay. Well, let's go all out. Go for the picture. Wait, what? Why is, So I guess that's me. Why is her, face all weird?
Serena, why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember?
It's a very good question.
This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers.
How many times can I click on this before it
truly
repeats?
like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My
Okay.
love.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
Then why is her face all weird?
The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera.
Hold on.
It was
Gonna
a
make some
different
noise.
world back then. My love.
Yeah, you said that one
We
already.
don't have a lot of photos. The guy who snapped my
Okay,
love.
so now it's
We
repeating.
don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions, and there were many more to come. Our dining table,
Okay.
quite modest, but if it...
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
Presumably that is Serena's voice.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song.
Okay.
It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that clearance sale, however long ago that was, yet we never needed to refill it.
Well, if she's the only one that uses
I
it.
didn't notice this before. It reads, "Contents imported from Ceylon." How old is this stuff?
Good question.
It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that
Alright.
clearance sale. I could tell plenty of stories about
Okay.
this table. The dining table was well worn
Okay.
even when we acquired the cabin.
So that's
You
everything
could tell
from the
its appearance
table.
that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions.
Let's do the
And there
smaller
were
corner.
many more to come.
Let's get up. Okay. So I guess that's that. That means we're going somewhere. That means nothing is selectable. Okay. That's useful. Nothing in that corner.
We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. Truth be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again.
Aw, but ravioli's delicious.
You silly dolt. Here, give me that. Don't be such a child.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims.
Doesn't look that old.
It belongs in a museum.
Really?
An archaeologist could excavate the layers of food forever welded onto this and learn about the days when other beings ruled the earth. I think it dates from the colonial era,
Okay.
probably brought over by the Pilgrims.